my own world. Didn't understand
that
anything can happen. Do, 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 do.
When you take a chance.
Do, 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 do. Okay, wait. Are we going to start every episode with a High School Musical song? And if so, do we have to finish the podcast when we run out of songs?
Yes, we do have to start every episode with a High School Musical song. No, we don't have to finish. We will just move on to like The Descendants or something, even though we don't know any words to any songs. Yeah, no.
Literally could not tell you a single lyric to a single song from those movies.
No, definitely me either. So obviously that means we're going to have to watch it. One of my favorite memories of you, sorry, we're just going to go right into this, was when we were watching the Descendants movies. And I don't even know which one it was. This first one, the second one, I have no idea. But there was like twin evil guys and one of them got picked to go over to the mainland, and before any of us could say anything, Nicholas was like, "Oh my god, they're separating the twins. This is Trump's America." Literally 2 seconds later, the twin, like the second person, also went, and Nick was like, "Oh, spoke too soon."
I mean, separating twins at the border, is that not Trump's America?
I know, you're totally right, and that's why it's so funny.
Okay, well, let's get into Elephant in the Room this week, bumface.
Okay. Yeah, what is it?
Oh, no, wait, I haven't asked you how you are. How are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also fine. How was your Halloween week and your Halloween night? Did you get trick-or-treaters?
No. Oh, well, okay. There's a story around this, which I can tell on the pod. Nick already knows it all.
Okay, well, actually, can we hold on to this for like 20 minutes?
Okay.
Because I have a fun idea.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Well, are we going to do a dramatic reenactment of Mum's text?
That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know which character I want to be.
That's fair. That's really fair. I think you want to be Sam.
Maybe. It's possible. Okay. No, right. Elephant in the Room this week can be...
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I do know. I feel like I've been neglecting you all week. I've barely been
I know, we haven't spoken much.
I know. Because that kind of happens when we record 2 at once.
Yeah, we got no reason to talk to each other. We'll just wait till we record.
Not true. Wow, stop bullying me. No, we talk about pop culture stuff, but I don't like. Either. No, we do. We text about pop culture stuff and like shows and shit we're watching and what's pissing us off, but we don't like. How are you? You know.
It's true. Yeah. No, you're pretty good at that. Like, well, I mean, to be fair, I don't think we've spoken much like the past week or so. That's not just you, but you like usually are pretty good. Like if we haven't spoken for a few days, you'll just text with a "How are you?" So don't like.
Can you believe I am there. Jesus?
Actually, yes, I can see it in your face.
Right. Also a white gay person.
Exactly. Jesus to a T.
This makes sense. Jesus to a T.
Wait.
Wow, too soon, Maddie. Too soon, because on the cross he died.
That's so funny. Wait, okay, let's get philosophical for a second.
I was just gonna heathen.
Wait, no, like now we've agreed that Jesus is gay. I'm like, wait, but like in the Bible, does it ever say that he's like interested in women? Or is Jesus asexual? Like, what?
No, he does. He does have a love interest in the Bible. I don't know what you call it.
A mate.
Yeah, it was a lady woman.
Was that Mary Magdalene? I don't think so. I think that was just from the Da Vinci Code. Oh.
She was in love with him or something like that.
Right.
There was definitely, I think it was Mary Magdalene, but I don't know.
Can we just talk about how interesting it is that Jesus fell in love with a lady with the same name as his mum?
I know, orkies. What's that? That's the
Considering they made half that shit up in the Bible, I feel like they should have given her a different name.
Right?
Yeah.
They're like Google name generator. And it just so happened to do it twice.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, well, God has spoken.
No, like, yes, I think he did have a female love interest, but then, like, also he did service 12 men and, like, wash their feet and stuff.
Right, okay. Okay, interesting. So he's a sub, is what we're hearing.
Well, and with a foot fetish. And a vor fetish, eating my flesh.
Honestly, love that for Jesus. Like, you do you, boo.
You do you, exactly. No king shaming here. I think that we're going to get hate crimed for this one.
We can cut it out later if we feel the need.
We're not going to cut it out later.
We're definitely not. Church, come for us.
Church, come for us. Just like Jesus came for all those men.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hey.
What?
Oh, no. Okay, don't worry. I was going to say, if it's like Jesus and 12 men, does that make it an orgy? But then I remembered we actually had that conversation recently.
What makes an orgy and what doesn't?
Yeah, and what makes it like a gangbang.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, obviously a gangbang is everyone's doing one person.
Yeah, exactly.
Orgy
which is this
everyone's
case.
doing each other.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Right?
Which is... Well, I mean, to be fair, we don't know if that's the case with Jesus and the apostles. But okay, let's move on from this topic of conversation. I could keep going. I could get really deep in like Jesus' sex life, but you're right, move on.
Oh God, there's a lot to unpack there, Maddie. No,
I just think it's an intriguing topic.
You're right. You are right. I mean, it's not like the Bible shied away from sex stuff.
Didn't it? I've never read the Bible.
Yeah, there was like talk about concubines and shit.
Oh, I guess that's true. I don't think they like probably have that in the context of sex. Although I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is.
Like
it is.
like
if the women sleep around, they get killed.
Oh. Well, that's not very progressive.
Okay, wait. What about this? Concubine. More like croncubine. You know, Kronkanisma from The Emperor's New Groove.
Why?
Because he's a himbo. Why would you not want to sleep with Kronk from The Emperor's New Groove?
That's true. I love Kronk. He's so funny. And his name is so stupid.
Zaddy Kronk? I mean... Should this episode's title be a sequel to Snoke is Daddy? Called
Daddy
Kronk is
Kronk?
Daddy? Daddy Kronk?
Stop, you're going to make me cry.
From fear?
Both. Fear, joy,
Horny.
all of the emotions in between.
Yeah. And horny is an emotion.
Definitely.
Let it be known. No, okay, let's get into the actual first thing of the week, okay?
Right, yeah, oof.
I don't. What time did we start? We started at 1:45.
I've got 8-minute recording.
Oh, okay, great. The first thing we're doing this week is like we said we were gonna do. Do you remember what we said we were gonna do? We were gonna do a pop culture quiz you every week that there is one.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. Let's zoom through it.
Yes. So for people who don't know, this is a pop culture of the week news quiz. And I think it's hilarious to watch Maddie try and scramble
logic her way out of it. Yeah.
Exactly. Although, to be fair, there are some in here that I don't even know because I've just been out of it all week. I'm not going to lie, you know?
Honestly, that probably means that I will know them. I'm going to know like the really weird, obscure stuff that you're like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay, go.
Okay, a certain blockbuster film just received the green light for a sequel this week. Which one was it? No Time to Die.
Frozen.
Dune. Eternals or Free Guy?
I'm going to have to go with Free Guy.
It's Dune.
Oh, really? Ew. That's not even really out yet though, is it?
Not here. In America it is. Dennis Villeneuve only adapted the first half of the book into this movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like, I think the title screen of the movie literally says Dune Part 1.
Oh, well then that makes complete sense.
It does. And I feel like it was a very strong choice to make a movie that's meant to be 2 parts without being greenlit for a sequel beforehand.
Yeah, I know. That was very bold.
Because then you're just going to get a Divergent series happening too.
Oof, yeah.
You know?
Have you seen those analyses online that talk about how the Divergent, like both book and movie series, completely ruined the YA genre, and that's why it doesn't really exist anymore?
No, but I don't need any further context because I completely believe this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it basically, in its shortest possible explanation, it basically says about how those books, and by extension the movies, break the genre down into such like bare basic bones.
Yeah.
In terms of like, oh, the characters get split into houses. Oh, there's this one girl who's really special. Oh, blah, oh my God, they're fighting a war, blah, blah, blah. And it's so bland and so boring that it just like completely like ripped anything special away from the genre and made everyone go, what the fuck?
Yeah. I completely agree full-heartedly. The only thing it had going for it was that it didn't have a love triangle.
That's accurate. Yeah, basically. And
but,
also Theo James, super sexy.
So fucking true. But no, like I completely agree with that. And like it's just the most base level trope from each movie, film, book, whatever.
Yep.
In one. And it doesn't really amount to anything.
Yeah, exactly. Next time I see it, I'll send it to you. You can have a read because it's much more in depth and interesting than what I just said.
I'm excited. If you find it before tomorrow, I'll add it into the links below. Which, by the way, speaking of links below, this quiz is in the links below. Do it with us. Yeah, no, that's really wild. Wig. Okay.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I had a lot of fun with Allegiant Part 1 or whatever it was because it was so bad.
It was so bad. I also love it because they cancelled the part 2. Like, that's just so fucking funny to me. It's so fucking funny.
We've talked about it before on the pod, how much it tickles us.
Yeah, it's just so funny. Like, imagine just being like, yeah, part 1. Because wasn't part 1, like, sorry, part 2, didn't they? Or hadn't they already started production and stuff?
Or no, I think they had a script.
Yeah. And
so pre-production, technically.
Yeah, okay. And then I also remember that there was for a time they were like, oh, it's just going to be like a straight to DVD or whatever.
It was going to be a miniseries on Stars in America. Yeah.
And then that also just scrapped. So funny.
Well, because all of the actors were like, because it was going to be a miniseries, and then from the miniseries they were going to do a spin-off into a full regular television show starring different characters.
That's so funny.
So this miniseries was meant to be Allegiant Part 2, which I think they were going to call, like, Descendant or something. Stupid.
That's right.
Because they didn't want to use Part 1 and Part 2 in the title.
Yeah.
Even though it was. Whatever. And all of the actors who were dying to get out of the movie series suddenly were like, wait a second. It's not in our contracts that we have to do a television show version. We're not going to return for it. And I think Shailene Woodley was the first one to be like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Are you kidding me? That's not in my contract.
That's so funny.
So then it just fell apart.
Love that. Honestly, hilarious.
True.
I have to wonder if...
You go.
Okay. Well, I wonder if, like, because you know how at that time there was so many movies that would, like, for the final installment were doing 2 parts.
Yeah.
I wonder if, like, for Twilight and, like, even, like, 50 Shades, I know that wasn't a 2-parter, but I wonder if that, if those actors had the opportunity, they would have been like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And
they did.
The series would never be finished.
Yeah, they did. They although
I know Robert Pattinson.
No, that's not entirely true because every other series was smart enough to film both parts at once.
Yeah. Yes.
An extra long shoot. But no, with Harry Potter and The Hunger Games and Twilight, when they announced that they were going to do part 1 and part 2, most of the actors were like, well, it's not in our contracts, so no. And there was like a month's time where Kristen Stewart was not going to be coming back for the movies. And Emma Watson wasn't going to come back for the movies.
Interesting.
Yes. And they had to sign, like, create completely new contracts and get a ton more money, which I stan.
Yeah, well, I mean, that makes sense.
Well, yeah, but like, they had to completely just like rip up the contract that they originally had for the final movie.
Yeah,
which is where the problems were there.
Yeah. Yes.
And the complications and shit. But yeah. I mean, it obviously all worked out, but like, that shit's wild.
That shit is wild.
And like, honestly, even people were sick of the part 1, part 2 finales with the Hunger Games because the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 had the lowest box office of all of them.
Did it really?
When it should have had the highest, hypothetically.
Yeah.
The biggest
audience.
Well,
I mean, according to the other trends, really. But I quite liked part 2, actually.
I did too.
I think.
I liked part 1 as well. I know, like, it was a bit, yes, I know, it was a bit boring, but the moments that I loved in it. You know?
Oh, sorry. I thought there was going to be a second part to that sentence.
No. Because, like, there was nothing bad in Mockingjay Part 1, but there was a fair amount of boring. Does that make sense?
Yes, this is very true. No, definitely.
And also, it was so aesthetically pleasing, and also the soundtrack is a banger.
Yeah, that's accurate. I didn't like the first Hunger Games movie, but I really liked Catching Fire onwards. All those 3 movies slapped.
Yeah. Yeah, I have such mixed emotions about the first Hunger Games. Because I was, deeply, deeply obsessed. Sorry.
Interesting. I don't mind the actual plot. Like, I feel like the story in general is really good.
Yeah.
It was literally just the camera work that I was like, I'm out. This doesn't vibe for me. It's giving me a headache. I'm not cool with this.
Yeah. They should have just stuck to that in action scenes.
Yeah.
But instead they were like, let's make it look like a toddler filmed this for the entire film. You know?
And they committed to that.
Yeah, Gary Ross.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, Gary Ross could not have been fired quicker after the first movie.
That's so funny.
Like, it made a ton of money and shit, but, like, and it got the characters and stuff established, but...
Yeah.
That was such a choice.
Yes. It's a very bad choice. All right, anyway, we've only done the first question.
That's okay, it's fine, everything's fine. Edgar Wright's Last Night in Soho premiered over the weekend.
Did it?
You know the movie Last Night in Soho?
No.
Okay, it stars Anya Taylor-Joy.
Okay.
Which of these is not in the movie?
God.
Okay. Thomasin McKenzie, Matt Smith from Doctor Who, Jessie May Lee from Shadow and Bone, or Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones?
Who's not in it?
Yeah.
Matt Smith. I have no reason for saying that.
I would have said Jessie May Lee, but I don't. It's not. It's Maisie Williams not in it.
Interesting. I was going to say her, mostly because I know her work the best, and I was like, I'd probably know if she was in a movie, but then I was like, would I know if she was in a movie? And I second guessed myself, so...
Okay. An actor from The Office has their face plastered on random products after their headshot was accidentally listed as public domain.
B.J. Novak.
Yeah.
I saw this one.
That was so fucking funny.
I mean, I don't know anything about it except I saw like on Instagram a screenshot of a thing from him, like a snippet where he was like, oh, honestly, I just find the whole situation way too funny to even do anything about it. That's all I know about the situation. I don't know what picture it is. I don't know what it's on. I don't know who fucked up.
Here he is on dollar store ripoff brand face paint in Uruguay.
Oh my God. That's so funny. That's so funny.
It's so funny.
So I don't...
And his statement...
So, yeah.
I was just going to say his statement was literally just, I mean, I would sue because the company fucked up and accidentally listed this photo as public domain.
Yeah.
But it's too fucking funny.
Yeah, yeah. And he's right.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Okay, are you ready?
Very funny. Yep.
Which HBO show was renewed for another season this week? Insecure, Succession, Betty, or The Sex Lives of College Girls?
I don't know any of those. Well, the only one I've heard of is Succession, but I thought that finished like 5 years ago.
I talk about Succession all the time. What are you going on about?
Oh. Well, I mean, do you remember the other day when you were like, hey, oh, no, that was
Let's not recap it.
Yeah.
Although I don't remember what it was about.
It was pretty smart. I texted you and I was
remember
like,
being pissed off.
This show. Yeah. I was like, I'm watching this show and I hate love triangles, blah, blah, blah. And you were like, what show? And I was like, Pretty Smart. And you were like, bitch, I told you not to watch that. And I was like, I have absolutely no recollection of this. And then you screen recorded like 2 minutes of you on the podcast telling me not to watch it. And I was like, I still do not remember this conversation. I still don't. It's still gone.
I worry for your brain.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's fucking worse than a goldfish, I swear.
Okay. Insecure, Succession, Betty, or Sex Lives of College Girls for a new season?
Insecure.
No, Insecure is on its final season.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's Succession for season 3.
Oh, was there only 2 seasons?
Oh, sorry, season 4.
Oh.
Season 3 is airing at the moment.
I see.
And it's better than ever.
Well, is it really?
It is. It's very fucking good. No, The Sex Lives of College Girls doesn't come out for actually it comes out this month. But it's written and created by Mindy Kaling.
Oh.
Who's on such a roll at the moment between that show and Never Have I Ever.
Yeah.
Icon, legend, and she is the moment. Actually, can I do a quick tangent?
Okay.
I think, finally, we've had that conversation. I mean, you might not know because you forget everything. We've had this conversation before on the podcast where shows like Euphoria and Generation and We Are Who We Are and stuff, shows and movies like that where it's based on college kids, but it has like graphic nudity and hardcore drugs and shit.
Yeah.
I think we're finally starting to evolve into them just changing the time setting to college.
Yeah, yes.
Which solves every fucking problem, and it's so much better.
It really does. I mean, all the actors are college-aged anyway, so...
Well, that's true, too.
Why set them in high school? It doesn't make any sense.
Like, yeah, obviously The Sex Lives of College Girls is about that. What's in the title.
Good, as it should be.
But,
as it should be.
I was watching... Last night I started the I Know What You Did Last Summer TV show, sequel, series, / spin-off, whatever. And it's got graphic nudity and stuff for the original movies were like M. But this has graphic nudity.
It's so unnecessary.
And shit. But the kids have, it starts graduation night. They're all 18. And then it skips forward to the next summer, obviously, when they're in college. So I'm like, okay, I'm more at peace with this. This is okay. This makes sense,
Yeah, yeah.
But that might be the only thing that show has going for it.
We'll wait and see, I guess.
Wait and see, I guess. I will say, though, it killed off, the 2 only gay characters in the second episode. And I was like, well, can I be bothered to keep watching?
That is a choice. I don't know why. Oh, God. I don't understand why creators keep making the same mistakes over and over. It's like, did you not see how many people didn't want this? And it's been going for...
How much backlash and negative press it would give?
Right? Is the earliest example I can think of is Buffy, when they killed off their lesbian character there. And it's like, that was 20 years ago, and you still are making the exact same mistakes despite so many people being like, stop doing it. It doesn't make a fuck. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. It gets me mad.
Zero. Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all. And it's like, I will say it draws kind of a thin line between it being a trope, the kill your gays trope, and stifling creative freedom. If it's in a show where everyone dies, Game of Thrones, I get it. It's whatever. It's fine. There doesn't need to be backlash over that.
Yeah, for sure.
But if it is your only gay character, it's still kind of you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And particularly, I mean, again, there's a difference when it's a show like Game of Thrones or like if it's like a slasher or something. It's like, yeah, okay, you can reasonably expect that a percentage of the people in the show are going to die. And if that happens to be the gay character first, it's like, okay, well, maybe they could have gone for a different choice here. But if it makes sense with the story, then that's okay. But if it's just like a drama and then someone dies and it's the gay character, it's like, what was the thought process behind this?
Completely. Like Grey's Anatomy did it right. The queer characters, they don't just kill off randomly. They send, like, if like Callie wanted to leave, the actress who plays Callie, or actor who wanted to play Callie, Callie who played Callie wanted to leave. So they just made Callie move to like New York.
Yeah. Perfect.
Like, it's not that hard.
It's really not that hard. Even, honestly, you could even argue with Grey's Anatomy, though, like, a lot of their characters die. So you could definitely make the argument that it wouldn't even be unusual.
Totally agree. But since Derek in season 11, there hasn't really been.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they kind of stopped doing that.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, it's gone.
Well, they only have so many original characters left, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Wig. Did I tell you? I think it was on Beth's episode. We talked about Grey's Anatomy or something. When did we talk about this? Was this with you?
I don't know.
Where Katherine Heigl leaving Grey's Anatomy.
I don't remember talking about it, but that.
But we
something.
have. Oh, you don't remember that?
I don't know. What was the conversation?
Well, no, you know. Well, did you watch the season where Katherine Heigl left?
I did.
Yeah. Okay. So you know the controversy and stuff around that. Like, she was apparently a nightmare on set, but not really. But it's because she asked the writers to write better for her, so she could win an award.
Yeah, and then she left because she thought she was going to be a movie star.
Well, she got fired because.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, well, the thing is that Sandra Oh and Ellen Pompeo were winning a bunch of acting awards and stuff for the show.
Yeah.
And she was the only one who wasn't getting nominated. And she went to the writer's room and was like, this is your guys' fault. You need to start writing me better content so that I can put my pussy into it and act better. And they were like, wow, okay, that's really rude. We're going to write worse storylines for you. And they did.
That's so petty.
So then,
really
obviously, things escalated and got worse. And eventually, I think it's unclear if she quit or left or whatever. But she basically got written out of the show because she was rude to the writers.
Well, I remember, I think it was an interview with Ellen Pompeo, maybe from a little while ago. And I very distinctly remember her saying, actually, maybe it was more recently, reflecting back on her leaving. I don't know, but I remember she was talking about, she was like, I can't really blame her for leaving because she thought she was going to be a movie star. I remember very distinctly there's that specific line, and I was like, that's brutal.
Orkies.
Yeah, I know, right?
Orkies. But, like,
yeah.
It's interesting, though, because recently it has come out that she was not a nightmare on set.
Oh.
Like, it was just kind of a rumor spread so that the drama around Grey's Anatomy would make sense, which is, of course, fucked up and sexist because it ruined her career. Yeah,
so that she wouldn't get any other jobs, Yeah,
and it has ruined her career. Now audiences don't connect with her, and movies she's in and shows she's in either get cancelled or flop, and it's like...
Yeah.
I enjoy her as an actress.
Yeah, I actually think she's quite good.
So I just feel really bad for Katherine Heigl, TBH.
Yeah, same. Although 27 Dresses did pretty well.
Yeah, that was
like
one,
more than 10 years ago. But
yeah. Anyway.
Does she even act anymore?
Yeah, she was just in Suits for the final 2 seasons or something.
Oh, that's right.
For the final season. But I was saying that because, you know, the controversy about how she was written off and stuff. And, like, the actual character, like, the storyline of her getting written off and going away and leaving.
It was so stupid. It was, like, 2 episodes after she lived through her brain tumor or something.
Yeah, and got married to Alex and stuff.
Yeah.
Correct. And, I don't think I've ever told you this, but in season 16 or 17, like, a full 10 years later, they came back to that storyline without her.
What?
And it was because Justin Chambers, who plays Alex Karev, just decided randomly he wanted to leave the show.
Right.
And this was in the mid-season break. Okay?
I thought he was still in it.
No. So one episode he's there, and then the next episode he's just not there, and he's visiting his mum.
Right.
And then as the episodes go on, it's revealed that Alex's wife, Karev's wife, Joe, is like, I don't actually know where he is. This is really awkward. What's happening? And then, like, a couple episodes before the finale, all he gets as a send-off is a voiceover because he writes notes to all of the main characters saying thank you and explaining why he was gone. He got a Facebook message from Izzy, from Katherine Heigl's character, saying she used the frozen eggs that were inseminated with his sperm
stop!
to have 3 kids, and that she's living on a farm in, like, Idaho or some shit. And he leaves his current wife to go live with her and doesn't tell anybody that he's leaving, and he doesn't come back ever, and all the entire send-off is just a voiceover because of these notes. And that the happy ending is that he is living with Izzy after all these years. We don't see her or hear from her. I just thought that was an interesting thing to tell you, because I find it wild.
I don't even know what to say.
How wild?
I am speechless. What the fuck?
It was widely criticized.
As it should have been.
Yeah.
Wait, how many seasons ago was that?
2.
Wow. That's truly insane.
It actually might have just been... Oh, actually, no, I'm a season behind, so yes, 2 seasons ago, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was, like, so jarring for them to just pick up a storyline from 10 years prior.
Literally. And
anyway,
for him to just be there one episode and then just not.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it was right in the middle of one of his storylines too. He was he left Grace Sloan to kind of rehabilitate this hospital that was kind of in the dumps and was kind of not doing well and stuff. And him and I think Richard were like the CEO of the hospital or whatever, the director of the hospital, and were like trying to fix it and stuff, and then he's just gone. So they had to cut that storyline completely and get everyone to come back that went to that hospital. So awkward.
That's so funny.
So awkward.
Wow.
Our entire episode is going to be this quiz now. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I forgot one thing, but it might even be in the quiz, so.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Which celebrity couple welcomed twins this week? Oh, I've got to give you options.
Oh. I was trying to think. I didn't even remember that you had to give me options.
KJ Apa and Clara Berry, Meghan Trainor and Daryl Sabara, Jamie Chung and Brian Greenberg, or Macaulay Culkin and Brenda Song. London Tipton.
I have no idea.
I also have no idea with this one, but I have like a guess.
Can it be the second one? Who were they?
Meghan Trainor and Daryl Sabara from Spy Kids.
Yep, I'm going with that. Yeah, no, the first one.
Second.
The second one, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's Jamie Chung and Brian Greenberg. I don't know why they're included in this quiz. No offense to them.
I know, I've literally never heard. What are they in?
Jamie Chung's in Once Upon a Time.
Oh. Okay,
Mulan.
Well. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, Once Upon a Time was popular, but like 10 years ago.
Oh, I mean, she's in a bunch of other stuff. I think she's in Pretty Little Liars and a few other things, but...
Oh, okay.
Nothing crazy big recently, I don't think. Okay, you should know this one. The teaser trailer for Lightyear was unveiled this week. Who's voicing the iconic character in 2022 film?
No, I don't know. Is that a Buzz Lightyear movie?
Yeah. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm.
Okay, I'll go for the options. Tim Allen, Chris Evans, Chris Pratt, or Tom Hanks?
Tim Allen was the one who did the original Buzz Lightyear, wasn't he?
Yes. Is it a trick question?
What were the other options? Not Tom Hanks. I know it's not him.
Chris Pratt or Chris Evans?
I can't really see Chris Evans doing that. Maybe Chris Pratt because he's done some other animation movies.
What's your final answer?
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. It's Chris Evans.
Oh. Whack.
It's so fucking adorable. You should go on his social media and look at the I think his Twitter. He wrote out this statement and posted it about how thankful he is to Pixar and the directors for casting him because he's always wanted to be in an animated Pixar movie.
Oh,
it's like the cutest thing
so
ever.
Cute. Oh, that is adorable.
And now everyone wants to fuck Buzz Lightyear, so.
I mean, that is the logical next step of that choice, yes. That casting choice.
Obvi. Netflix released a trailer for its upcoming movie, The Unforgivable. Which of these actors does not star in the film? Okay, wait. Have you even heard of this?
No.
Okay, who is the star of this film? I'll change it. I'll make it my own.
Okay.
Is the star of this film
Mm-hmm.
Sandra Bullock?
Oh, wait.
Viola Davis?
Wait. Okay. Is this... Yeah, no. Is this the prison one?
I don't know. I didn't watch the trailer. I just saw the thumbnail.
Okay, yes, I have seen the trailer if it's the one with Sandra Bullock and Viola Davis.
So,
and Sandra Bullock is the star.
Okay, well then in that case I'm giving the original question back. Which of these people is not in the film, if you have seen the trailer? Sandra Bullock,
have seen it. Yep.
Viola Davis, John Bernthal, or Steve Sherpa?
I don't know what those two people look like. Can I have pictures? I think John Bernthal is not in it.
Is not in it. Okay. Wrong.
So.
It's the other guy.
Oh. Fucking hell.
John Bernthal is in it. Lol. Okay.
God.
You might know this. I don't think you will. Which female rapper blessed us with or blessed us all with a mixtape release on Friday? Doja?
No, I've got no idea.
BIA, Megan Thee Stallion, or Rico Nasty?
I'm going to say Megan, literally just because I saw this thing about her this week where I think she posted a photo, or maybe her partner posted a photo when she was kneeling before a guy and like her face was right by his dick and everyone was like, what the fuck?
Did she?
I don't know. That might not have been this week. I might have just seen it this week.
Well, it is Megan, and it's iconic.
Oh, yay!
It's called Something for the Hotties.
Iconic.
Truly, it's Halloween themed. Okay. Since it's Halloween, which of these is not a celebrity costume we got this year?
Oh, God. I have not been keeping up with celebrity costumes. Go.
Okay. So all of these people except one did this costume, okay? So Saweetie as Catwoman. Mm-hmm. Mindy Kaling as Paris Hilton. Lizzo as Baby Yoda.
I saw
Ciara
that. She did that.
As Selena. Lupita Nyong'o as Dion from Clueless.
There's more than 4.
Or Lil Nas X as Seth Powers from Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide.
The only one I've seen is Lizzo as Yoda, so...
Okay, I'll help you narrow it down. I've seen Lupita Nyong'o as Dion from Clueless.
Okay.
So that eliminates 2 of them.
Okay.
And I did see Lil Nas X as Ned's Survival Guide person.
Iconic.
So, out of these 3 that are left...
Okay.
Who didn't dress up this Halloween? Saweetie as Catwoman, Mindy Kaling as Paris Hilton, or Ciara as Selena?
I'm going to go with Mindy Kaling as Paris Hilton, and that's because I really wish she has done that costume, and that's it. If she hasn't done it, then I will make a petition for her to do it. That's the whole reason why I'm picking her.
She did do it, but I led you astray.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, I saw Lupita Nyong'o post the photo of her as Dion from Clueless, but it was from 2 years ago, apparently. How was I supposed to know that?
You did lead me astray. Okay, wow.
Okay, So you did worse than
Lizzo
last
as
time.
Baby Yoda was so fucking funny.
So fucking funny. Did you see the video of her trying to convince the people in the street that she was Lizzo?
Or that she wasn't Lizzo, I thought.
No, she was trying to convince them that she was Lizzo.
That's so funny.
That's so funny. You did worse than last time. You
Oh.
got 2 out of 9, but technically 3 out of 9. Because they fucked you up the last one. So let's just go 2 out of 8.
2 out of 8, yeah. Oh, that's devastating. Wow. How sad for me.
Yeah. Rip to be you. Rip to be you.
Okay. I have one piece of pop culture news that I want to discuss.
Okay.
Just as something that you might have seen. Have you seen all of this talk about Zayn Malik?
And Yolanda Hadid and Gigi Hadid?
Yeah.
I have so many complex thoughts on this situation.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let me talk about what I know, which is basically nothing. Which is just that Yolanda obviously said that this happened. Mm-hmm. And then Zayn... Oh, well, okay. Sorry. There's also this whole side thing with Jake Paul, and he somehow butted his head in. But that's not necessary to the actual main story.
Okay, let's just not touch that because I don't know what that is.
It's really fucking weird, apparently. Like, there was a conversation, like a Twitter conversation between Gigi and Jake Paul, like 2 years ago, and she absolutely destroyed him. And then Jake Paul, has gone back to it this week and been like, well, at least I didn't punch your mother in the face or something like that. I was like, what the fuck?
I remember the one
really
from a few years ago, the thread.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't see this new one, but what a prick.
Randomly. I know, right? Okay, but anyway, what I just saw right before we started recording, which is why I remembered it, and we're going to talk about it, is apparently, no, not apparently, I can see right in front of me, Zayn posted a statement about it. Did you read it?
I did.
Is it just me, or does he sound like he is wholeheartedly admitting that did happen?
It does sound like that, doesn't it?
It does very much sound like he's like, yeah, it did happen. And it also sounds to me, because he's saying things like in here, he's like, I'm trying to restore us to a peaceful family environment that will allow for me to co-parent my daughter. I'm like, have they broken up?
Yes, apparently they have broken up.
That's what it sounds like to me because of
this. Well, no, there was also another report separate to the statement that said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. After this whole thing, they broke up.
Well, makes sense.
Yes. So do you know what actually happened with Yolanda and stuff, or no? Not like in detail?
No, I just know that she's apparently said this.
Okay. So basically, I think it was like Thursday for us. It was leaked to the press that apparently there was confrontation at Zayn and Gigi's house. That Gigi is away doing a modeling shoot or something, and Yolanda Hadid from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills went over to the house to see the grandkid or something.
Right.
And a big altercation broke out because he didn't want her there without Gigi or something, and allegedly he pushed her into... I can't remember if it was like a cabinet or a fireplace or something. I think it was a push.
Right.
I don't think it was a punch. This is all alleged. Yolanda still hasn't made any statement or confirmed anything. But this was like... This was like leaked by TMZ or something. Or Page 6
Oh, wait,
or
so
whatever.
she didn't even say anything?
Well, she hasn't said anything publicly, right? So this was leaked, and everyone was like, well, Yolanda is a fame-hungry monster who wants the worst for her kids. Which I'm not sure that there's any evidence to support that.
Right.
But it's because, obviously, Zayn has such a huge, rabid fan base.
Yeah.
They all just sided with him.
Right.
Of course, and defended him, which there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But at this point, I start to see stuff that makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah, of course.
He releases this statement, right? And people are saying this clears him of all suspicion that he punched or hurt Yolanda, right? This is his fans saying this, and
literally, I got the exact opposite vibe from that statement.
So did I, and so did,
normal people,
rational people.
Right.
Now, this isn't to say that Yolanda is a good person. She's not. If you watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you've seen one of her seasons, haven't you?
No. Oh,
okay. Well, she's a very looks-oriented person, and like her kids model, so she lets them eat like 1/8 of a piece of birthday cake on their birthday and that kind of thing.
This makes sense. Not like logically. I mean, it makes sense with her general personality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, with the modeling industry.
Yeah. No. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So basically, he releases a statement. His fans think that this clears him of all suspicion, and I start seeing overwhelmingly 99% of the comments are stuff like, Zayn didn't hit Yolanda. Zayn didn't punch Yolanda, but I will.
What?
And stuff basically saying she's a terrible person, and even if he did hit her, she deserved it, but he didn't.
Oh my God.
And all this stuff, and they even were saying that she purposefully leaked a photo of Zayn and Gigi's kid a few months ago, or last Christmas or something. Which she might have done it purposefully, but I don't think that warrants getting physically hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all these comments are really fucked up and like really, really, truly fucked up. It's victim blaming on like...
Yeah. A massive scale.
A massive scale. Exactly. And at this point, she still hasn't released a statement. Gigi hasn't released a statement. But then... and there's rumors that she never filed a police report or anything. So this is still technically all hearsay.
Right.
Or it would have been if Zayn hadn't released a statement. I know I'm making this hard to follow, but it was a wild ride, okay?
No, it makes sense to me.
And then so basically, I think Saturday or Friday for us, it came out that she did file a police report, and he was charged with 4 counts of...
Wow.
Like domestic abuse type things.
Wow.
And he was sentenced to 2 years probation.
Oh my God.
And I think like 300 hours of community service or something, and an 8-week course of anger management or something like that.
Wow. Okay, so this is all like that's all already happened. Like he's already ongoing with all that stuff.
Yeah, this is official police reports and stuff. I will say though, this is all, I could be getting little bits wrong and all that, and times and stuff wrong, but I think I've got the gist of everything pretty clear. I've been following it pretty closely because I'm a slut for drama. But
wait, sorry. So did he make his statement before it came out with the police reports and stuff?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then that came out, and that he was charged on all 4 counts, and has all his punishment and stuff. And even at that point, all the fans are still like threatening Yolanda and stuff, and like saying really sexist and fucked up shit in the comments, and it's very uncomfortable. And I still don't think Yolanda's made a comment, but I think Gigi's put one out by now.
Okay.
Basically just saying, we're sorting some shit out. Can you leave us alone?
Yeah, that's really fair. It's very fair.
So this isn't me saying Yolanda Hadid is a good person.
Yeah.
But this is me saying what happened if it was literally any situation where the person being accused of hitting another person didn't have fans, you would believe the victim until the accused was proven innocent, right?
Yeah.
Guilty until proven innocent, you believe the victim.
Yeah. Well, and yes, exactly.
But it's the complete opposite with this.
Of course it is.
And it's just very uncomfortable. And I mean, obviously no one knows what actually happened and all that. And I'm sure it will come out eventually, but...
Well, I mean, even though we don't know what exactly happened, if he's been charged with it, he's like, it's no longer like, it's like you don't even say it's an alleged incident. Like you go, this is what happened, you know, because he was charged with all 4 counts. Like that's how they would report it in the news. He wouldn't be an alleged abuser. He's a convicted abuser. So then, you know, so it's.
I have a question for you because you're a smarty. For him to be charged that quickly, wouldn't he have had to like admit to it?
Well, that's pretty much what he said in his statement.
Well, that's true, but like directly. Wouldn't he have had to like legally?
Yeah. So, well, I mean, depending on when it all happened, yes, because it takes.
Sorry.
So what happens is like
the house cleaner or something was there and witnessed it all, so there was a witness.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, see, so there's 2 kind of. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, obviously, but my understanding of the system is there's kind of 2 main hearings, right? And the first one is when the accused can either plead guilty or not guilty. Yeah. And if they plead not guilty, that's when it goes to trial. So a whole court trial with the jury and everything does not happen unless they need to actually prove that the person did it. So if they have just gone straight to a hearing and they were like, this is what you're accused of, what do you plead? And he went guilty, then it's one and done. He's sentenced right there by the judge. So.
Oh, wig. Okay, so it could totally. Okay. I'm like, there's like official documents and stuff now. So like, you're totally right. A lot of it does just become fact, not alleged. And
exactly. And I mean, there is cases, I don't know what the case is in this situation, but like there are definitely instances where the person is not guilty, but they plead guilty because usually it means they'll get a way lighter sentence than if they go to trial and are found guilty.
A plea bargain,
Yeah,
interesting. I mean, I just feel sorry for, the kid and Gigi, I guess,
for
being caught in the middle.
Yeah, definitely.
And Yolanda, sorry.
Yeah,
and, I mean, to an extent, well, maybe I don't feel sorry for Zane. I mean, I don't know what obviously triggered the event, but like, there's not a lot that would, even if it was, she said like the most horrid stuff, that still wouldn't excuse physical violence.
No, definitely not. No, definitely not. And I feel like the thing with fans, and this isn't just in this case, it's a very widespread problem, is that they have a very specific image in mind of who a celebrity is. Just based on like interviews and the way that they kind of interact in maybe videos that are seen outside. But that is very, very different from the person who they actually are.
Yeah.
Like interviews are so easy to be you're pretending you're the best version of yourself. It's almost like acting in a way, being in an interview. So fans love a version of Zayn where he's like a really nice guy. He's had so many mental health issues. He had to leave One Direction, Whereas in reality, we don't actually know what he is like as a person. And he very, very well could have severe anger issues. That could lead to this type of situation.
Yeah, the other bit that came out was, I think, just on the weekend, on Saturday or Sunday, for us, he was completely dropped by his label.
Really?
Completely cut ties. Like, they've completely dropped him. Because after all this stuff came out, they were like, okay, well, that's the final straw. And they released a statement saying he was, like, impossible to control and a nightmare to work with.
Wow.
Which... fair.
Yeah, that's so interesting considering he makes a lot of money. Like his work is fairly popular, so that it must have been
he must have been
pretty
exactly. And the fans are obviously not believing that, and instead saying that the Yolanda stuff and the label dropping him is all just a coordinated attack to take him down.
Why? What? Take him down for what reason? What's the thought process there?
Yeah.
He's extremely successful and doesn't really have that bad of a reputation.
Yeah.
So, what? Why?
The whole thing is so wild.
That's so wild. It reminds me a lot of Justin, actually.
Oh, really?
I mean, he's got a much wider documented issue with his personality and his behavior and stuff. Yeah. But even so, I feel like it's one of those things where people fell in love with him when he was so cute and he was a teeny bopper. Excuse me. And I think a very different person to who he is now. Realistically, I feel like he probably used to be a very like down to earth, quite a cute kid, famous, all that type of thing happened. But now fans still love that version of him and they can forgive all of this type of stuff because they're like, oh, he's just got such a hard life. Oh, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, maybe at some point we have to actually realize that he's just a dick, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the same situation here.
Yeah. And like, this isn't to like rag on fan culture and fans necessarily. I'd say we're talking about a very specific set of people and a
definitely
very specific instance. Because no, I'm just saying this because like I know that I've in the past, you know, excused my faves for fucked up shit they've done and that kind of thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely. It happens to me all the time. Less with celebrities, but definitely in fiction when one of my fave characters does something really fucked up and I'm no, it's fine. And I know that's a completely different like thing, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's very hard when it comes to real people, like to separate the art from the artwork, you know?
This is what I've kind of grown into as a person is that.
Yeah.
And I think, unfortunately, I went, I overcorrected and now I like, if I know that a singer has done something really bad.
Yeah.
I like can't listen to one of their songs and enjoy it. Like I can't listen to anything Kanye. People like, but with Kanye, just separate the music from the artist, and I can't.
Yeah.
I try. I can't.
Yeah. Well, I feel like people. Oh yeah. I don't know. It's such a like layered topic because for me personally I go it depends on what the artwork is about. Like when you talk, I think is it Macklemore, Eminem, I don't know, you know how people are like, oh my god, Eminem, like who even cares what he's like as a person. I don't actually know what he's like as a person, just an aside. Right. I don't know if he's like problematic or not, but then you know half of his music is about like abusing women and it's like well
this is Eminem you're talking about. Yeah
and it's like okay well it's probably very clear that you don't separate the artist from the art in this situation because he's talking about really fucked up things in his music anyway, you know? So there's kind of like that layer. And then there's the layer of when you started to like someone and like, okay, for me, One Direction as a whole could never do anything wrong, to be perfectly honest. I will, if all 5 of them reunite, even Zayn, I probably will still go to all of their concerts and listen to Zayn, listen to their music, which I know is a fucked up thing, but it's just, I just love them so much and I've loved them for so long.
Yeah.
I just can't, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like it's a deep and layered topic and I think varies as well, not only by artist, but also by person and what a person specifically is like, where their breaking point is, what they believe is super fucked up and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, totally. I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the few instances of this where I lose a little respect for someone who either collaborates with this person or listens to them, like is a fan of them, like an active fan of them. The only is Chris Brown.
Yeah, okay.
I lose respect for any artist that will still collaborate with him. I think it was SZA did a collaboration with him on her latest album, and I was like, ugh.
Is that just because he's like such a widely documented case of severe domestic abuse? Like, yeah.
That's why I feel disgusted by him.
Yeah. No, I just wondered if it was like because it's such a well-known case, because obviously there are other
yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
I think you're right. It also does very much depend on like how widely publicized and how much focus someone and their transgressions get, because I find it really hard to watch anything recent with both Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, because I'm like, this situation is just too complex. It's too fucked up. I just can't. Anytime I watch anything with them, it's not even about what they have allegedly done. It's just like I can't look at them and think about anything other than that situation.
I'm exactly the same with both of them.
Yeah.
And I know that's kind of now controversial to say because culture's swung the other way, where it's now Amber Heard allegedly the abuser and Johnny Depp is the victim and stuff, or they're both.
Well, I think there's been two. Yeah, I think there's been two separate court like trials, cases, or whatever that have come to a conclusion, and one ruled in Amber Heard's favor, and the other, which is the most recent one, ruled in Johnny Depp's favor. And so I think that's why it's gone back into a circle where people are like, what the fuck? Yeah, I know. It's not. This is going to be going for years and years probably. Still. Because there's like several more like allegations to go to court, I think, because I don't think they have yet. Yeah. These are all like the other one. They're like defamation cases so far, I think.
Right. Wild.
As opposed to actual criminal. Yeah.
I completely agree. It's hard for me to watch anything and not just be thinking about them the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Should we stick on the housewives topic?
Okay.
And I don't think you'd know anything about this, but
yeah.
Dorit Kemsley?
No.
Okay, well, Dorit Kemsley joined the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in season 7? Season 7, I think. Okay. And basically during the week, she had a Kim K situation where her house was broken into and she was held at gunpoint.
Wow.
For like 20 minutes. Basically, it's so fucking wild. Terrifying. And so fucked up, and I feel horrific for her. But, okay, she has these 2 little kids, both under 10.
Oh, God, were they there?
They were there, asleep in their rooms.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
Her husband, PK, was in England. And basically these armed men broke in through a glass door, smashed it, came in, and held a gun to her head.
Wow.
And over 20 minutes stole over $1 million worth of clothes and jewelry and stuff. But the truly horrific thing is that right when they first did it and they woke her up with a gun to her head and she was freaking out, obviously, she was like crying, you know, please don't hurt my kids, please don't hurt me, I have babies, please don't, at least don't go in their rooms, don't do anything to them, all this stuff. And one of them said, kill her.
Jesus.
With the other one's gun to the... and, like, imagine how traumatized you'll be.
Yeah.
If you're, like, this close to getting shot in the head. Right? And then, luckily, she was not hurt physically. And the kids slept through it all. And the kids are still blissfully unaware. But the husband obviously had to come back over immediately and all that. And...
yeah.
Truly deeply wild, and it's the day that they started filming the new season of Beverly Hills.
Wow.
Yeah, and that night, and the next night, she had to go to Lisa Rinna's husband's 60th or whatever, to film to film the party, and ugh.
Did she go? I wouldn't have. I would have been like, "Fuck you!" Oh my God.
I'd be so terrified of the public.
Yeah. Jeez. Wow. Oh, God. That's so... Did they... This is probably not something that you or they know, but did the robbers know that it was this famous person's house, or were they just breaking into random people's places?
I don't know, but it's so wild because literally a day before... No, sorry. A day before. Literally a day before. This happened on Thursday in America time, Thursday night. Wednesday night, the third part of the Beverly Hills reunion aired, right?
Right.
And in the episode, they literally talked about the fact that Kyle, a few years ago, was robbed. Right. They weren't home, but they stole like over $1 million worth of handbags. They were basically talking about how expensive the stuff is. And Andy asked Dorit, like, so you have this crazy fashion and all these designer brands and stuff. Are you, like, do they give you the stuff to borrow to wear on the show and then it goes back? And she goes, no, I buy everything full price.
Wow.
And I own everything still. I don't throw anything away. I don't get rid of anything.
Wow.
Any of the jewelry or anything. And they were talking about this because Lisa Rinna earlier in the season showed that she had like a garage full of designer dresses that she wore in the 90s and stuff. And after the episode aired, Andy texted her and was like, you need to go put that all in a lock-up storage thing. Because that's, like, Kyle was robbed of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then this reunion aired, and Dorit says that she's got all of this super uber expensive stuff, and then a day later she's robbed in her home.
That's crazy.
It's all a wild coincidence. And guess what?
What?
Kyle and Dorit's houses both had the same security system. And do you know whose security system they were?
Into this conspiracy, yeah.
The security systems are from the company of one of the other housewives' husbands.
Wow.
Teddy's husband owns this security company, and he does both their houses, and both of them, high profile, have been broken into, millions stolen. I'm not saying Teddy, who's the most boring housewife ever, is the culprit.
That's clearly what
but
you're
saying. But that's what I'm saying.
And it must be what Twitter is saying too, huh?
I definitely think they're pointing it out. No, it's truly wild, and I feel horrible for her.
Yeah, no, that's really terrible. That's really terrible. I always I've watched a couple of those interviews with Kim when she's talking about that situation, and every time she talks about it, it's just like so. I just feel like so terrible for her. Yeah, I'm like, this is like a serious, like it's fucked up, like the way she talks about it and what she says happened and stuff. So, and I imagine it's a very similar type of situation that's happened to, what's her name, Dorit, like Dorito.
Dorito.
Yeah, which is just, I can only imagine how traumatized she must feel.
Yeah. Completely.
Fucked up.
It's really wild. Anyway, I wanna do a live reading of texts, please.
Oh, okay. All right. So this will be the finisher because
Give
we're now at 10
context for the listeners.
Okay. So context. Yesterday for us in Australia was Halloween. And Mum doesn't really mind Halloween. She usually will just buy lollies and just give them to people. Oh, okay. Further context, Halloween's not really a thing in Australia. Like it is. It's more so of a thing now, but definitely is still not really a thing. Anyway, Mum doesn't really mind. She's like, whatever. Dad really does not like it. And I think it's like a mix of things. I think he just resents having to buy lollies for other kids. I think he just doesn't like being interrupted in his house. It's like a whole thing. Anyway, and so Dad this year refused to buy any candy. And he did not want to be home.
Okay, and Maddie was getting live updates from her mum.
I was, yes, and they're very funny.
And they are ridiculous. And this is very much Sam. This is very much your mum's personality.
Yeah, it
Chaos,
really is. Hold on, I'm going to scroll up so I can update you if you miss anything.
Okay. So am I playing Sam?
Yeah, okay. Am I playing me?
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay.
I've always wanted to be your mum. Okay.
Wait, where did I start sending you stuff?
Dad says we have to go out.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. It started a few texts earlier. which is Mum texted me just with the sentence, "Any candy grabbers?" And I was like, "Nope." And she said, "Might rain tonight." I said, "Yeah, I'll stay till dark. Tara's is dead." Then she goes, "Dad says we have to go out."
Okay.
We
So
can go
Sam
from here.
starts off out. I'm relatively out of nowhere. Dad says we have to go out. Hates the candy grabbers.
Ha ha. For the night?
I don't have that. And then you skip to like
that.
6:30.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No, all right. I said ha ha for the night. And then she goes, "So we're going up to Mount Cootha, sit in the car, eat takeaway pizza. Do you want to come?" I said, "Yeah, I'll meet you there like 6:30.
And then it continues. Ooh, Dad is scared. Gotta go before dark.
Of 17 question marks. LMAO. If it rains, no one will come out.
Candy grabbers. He going on and on about it, like as I'm typing.
Oh my God, they're not little monsters.
He's saying space full stop. They be here soon.
Why don't you come up here?
I'm telling you, they coming any minute.
Wait, did you get the... Did she get the...
I didn't get
when
that.
she followed up? Did you get anything after this?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got you asking any grabbers yet.
Oh, okay. There is several texts in between. She immediately after they coming any minute, she said, "I said close the door, turn off lights, no ignore." Whatever the fuck that means. Max says, "Put out sign, no candy here, fuckers." That's what the sign's supposed to say. I said, "OMG, they won't come out till later anyway." Mum goes, "Dad says Nigel's our weak link. He will give us away, barking when they ring the doorbell. They'll know we're home." Anyway, and then I said, "Yeah, maybe Nigel can be like," I said, "Don't let them see he is small, but put out a sign that says don't ring the bell for candy. We have a scary dog. Nigel will bark. They won't see he's small and cute, and no one will ask for candy."
Fair.
Mum then goes on and on about how they'll all talk to each other and think they can come to the house and ring the doorbell, and it will make Nigel bark, and they'll think that's funny. And then where do you cut back?
You asking any grabbers yet?
Oh, okay. Well, in between then, Mum did text saying, "Dad just says 1 hour till lockdown." Then I text a couple of minutes later going, "Any grabbers yet?"
And then your mum responds, "NDM.
Ha 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 ha.
No detectable movement."
I knew what that meant.
But Dad is now officially shutting up shop. We going into lockdown. DMD.
LOL.
And then 1, 2, 3, and then 5 times she just sends DM. Oh, detectable movement. I follow now.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
she has a meltdown. DM. It's happening. So ominous.
I say, "Do you actually have any candy?"
And then she says, "Wanoisers." No.
Ha 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 ha. Is Nigel mad?
Candy.
Ha 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 ha.
Repeat. No candy.
Oh my God, you guys are so stupid. Do you want me to go get candy for you, or are you leaving?
Dad should put some lettuce.
OMG, yes, get rid of the celery.
We are hiding downstairs. And that's all I have.
Oh, okay. She said, "We'll just let Nigel bark." I said, "I agree. Then everyone would just think he's there and you guys are out. He will scare them. Perfect." She said, "We got heaps of schmackos." I said, "What are the schmackos for?" She said, "Grabbers. Best lesson ever. Do not," separate text, "take," separate text, "strangers candy," separate text, 101.
Unhinged.
That's really it. Like, it kind of keeps going for a couple more texts in that same vein, but there's a couple of more NDM, DM, NDM texts, but
Wild.
yeah. Truly wild.
I think Halloween should just be known as Candy Grabber Day.
It's candy grabbers. So funny. So funny. Again,
Anyway,
Mum will
that
not
was-
be the one who came up with that name. That will be Dad who said candy grabbers, and I feel like that really just encapsulates the way he feels about Halloween.
It does. It
Yeah.
sure does. I am obsessed with candy grabbers now.
Truly.
Thank you for letting me live my fantasy of being Sam.
Honestly, when I sent these to Nick, I sent them in the group chat, and particularly that one where it's like he's saying, period, they be here soon. Nick sent that back and was like, 2-text horror movie.
It is. And then there's more when it says, they here.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they coming any minute.
Truly iconic.
Yeah. Truly.
Okay, I'm going to quick fire through a couple things. And then we go, what the fuck? Facebook changing its company name to Meta.
Oh, okay. Mackenzie's basically said this, and I was like, I don't understand. He sent me an article, and I didn't read it because I was like, this is stupid. So I don't really know anything about this.
Basically, Zuckerberg thinks that changing the company name is going to give them better public opinion. Like, it's going to disassociate the name Facebook. But the actual social media site and app is staying as Facebook.
Oh. No, I don't understand.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Facebook will still be a thing. Will still be an app.
Facebook will still be Facebook. And then Meta will be the overarching company.
Right. Okay. That makes way more sense. And is there going to be a second, like, offering? Another product, which is going to be the metaverse or whatever? Or is that how that works?
Yeah. He's planning on turning Facebook and stuff into the metaverse where it's, like, interacting in the virtual space with, like...
Which is what they do.
He did, like, a video presentation for it. And there was a clip of him saying, and you can have, like, unimaginable human connectivity. And then, like, when he said, like, connecting with humans, you just, before the camera cuts away, you can just see his face fall and drop. Because he's a robot. He doesn't know what human connectivity is. Or a lizard person. Take your pick.
Aww. Oof.
Anyway. Okay. I've watched the first week of Bachelorette. The bisexual Bachelorette.
Oh, is it out? Yeah. How is it? Is it dramatic?
It's really good.
Yeah.
For context, I've never, ever watched any Bachelor or Bachelorette. Literally not a single episode. Yeah. So I was going in relatively blind. But, no, it's really, really good. It's really good. And it's really wholesome, but, like, there's a little drama and, like, it's lovely. It's just really lovely.
Has the one who they met on a separate Bachelor episode and they were friends for a little while, has she arrived yet?
Yeah, they all arrive in episode 1. Episode 1 is basically just everyone arriving.
How did the Bachelor react?
It was wild. She was shooketh.
Was she? But was she excited or was she a bit like, ugh?
No, she was pumped. She was like, wait, you had a crush on me? I had a crush on you. When we were in the Bachelor Mansion. It was so fucking cute.
That is so cute. Okay, they better end up together.
Right? It's really, really good. And in the first 2 episodes, I think it was... Yeah, the first 2 episodes, it was men that left. So I'm like, yes. Get rid of all the men. Except like 3 of them. There's like 3 of the men that I like. They can stay.
Okay, that's fair.
They can stay.
I once read...
But yeah. Yeah. You once read...
I've also never watched an episode of Bachelorette, but I did once read a John and Sansa fic that was set... Like, it was The Bachelor, and John was The Bachelor, and Sansa was one of the contestants, and it was really good.
There's a lot to unpack there. See, I don't know how you read, like, modern fics about a Game of Thrones type IP. Because, for me, if I read fics of stuff, it's usually already set in the modern day.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, I typically don't usually, because my ideal is definitely, like... Season 6, Season 7, that's when I love to read my Johnson fics set.
Fair.
But sometimes I do. That was actually probably the most recent Johnson fic that I read.
Go off, King.
And then after that, I know, I was like, okay, take a little break.
What?
Now I kind of want to read the sequel.
Oh,
Sorry.
I just finished the Hysteric one that was pretty long, but I don't remember what it was about.
Love that. I actually just finished a Lucifer and Chloe fic, a Decker Star fic. It was more than 300,000 words, which is the longest fic I have read probably since like 2017.
That's so long.
I know, it was so long. It's taken me probably 6 days to read.
That's it?
Oh, yeah. I stayed up late a couple of nights.
What the fuck?
I mean, I would have, like, previously I would have been able to read that in 24 hours. But now I'm like, okay, better do some work. Better get some sleep.
That's wild. Anyway. I watched the movie Underwater with Kristen Stewart last night.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
King! Okay, give me your thoughts. Oh, fuck, we needed to spend I can't believe you didn't bring this up earlier. We needed to spend way longer on this.
Well, I think we're gonna have the exact same thoughts. Like, I thought it slapped.
Which are?
It was so much. It was great. It was action from the get-go. It was a tight 90 minutes.
It was. Loved a tight 90 minutes.
It actually committed to being about, like, supernatural monsters.
It really did.
Like, and when I Googled it, I found out that, multiple fun facts. Oh my God, are you ready?
Yeah, go.
Also, Kristen Stewart being in, like, a sports bra and panties the whole time was hot.
It was hot.
I found out that it was the last film to feature the 20th Century Fox logo after Disney bought them.
Oh, really?
The very last
That's so
one.
cool.
Every film from then on was 20th Century Studios.
Wow.
And I also found out that originally the monsters and stuff didn't look like that.
Okay.
And the final monster, the big boy, was more human-like, like more like a big version of the little ones.
Interesting.
But because it was delayed for like over 12 months because of the Disney merger, the director was like, in that time period of post-production, the writings of H.P. Lovecraft went into the public domain. Right. So he was like, well, why shouldn't I fuck around and change the concept of the monsters to the Cthulhu mythos and like the shadow over Innismouth. So the big monster at the end having the mouth tentacles and stuff was actually Cthulhu.
Interesting.
And the mer people things were the deep people from the shadow of Innismouth.
Okay, that's cool.
You know, the ones that like...
No, I don't know, but that's cool.
I think you would be obsessed with H.P. Lovecraft aesthetics and imagery and stuff, and mythology. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. And I loved it. I mean, yeah. I found it hilarious that for 3/4 of the movie, for 2/3 of the movie, there was no character development, which I was fine with. It was the type of movie.
Yeah.
And then in the last quarter, they were like, oh yeah, most of the main characters have either had a significant other die or a child die. And that means you should empathize for them. I was like, this is ridiculous. I love it.
It was so ridiculous. Okay, firstly, I want to say Kristen Stewart's acting, fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, she's
particularly
great.
At the beginning, it was so good.
Can we talk about how good the beginning was?
Yes, this is my favorite part of the movie. Sometimes I'll just watch the first 15 minutes of the movie and be like, this fucking slaps.
It's iconic. It's very much just Alien, the movie Alien, underwater. And that's very much my vibe. I'm into it.
I love that. I really love that whole, like, when it's all crushing together. Fucking iconic.
I know.
It's so good. It starts
seeing
off
people
with a
implode.
bang. Yeah,
literally.
Right?
Yeah, they committed, honestly.
They really did commit. I really just loved the whole even, like, I think I did a video about this on my YouTube channel, and they even just, like, the whole, like... It's a mining operation that they're doing down there, and then there's like the repercussions of the mining is that they dig too deep, and then obviously all these monsters come out. It's like, I vibe with this. I love it.
I vibe with that. And then the ending being that the company doesn't believe them and they're not going to stop.
Right. Well, I think it was less that the company didn't believe and more that they were just covering it up so they could keep making money, which is iconic as well. Like,
I'm here
also
for
the
like
fact that
more sequels.
That all happened in the credits.
I know, right? And also, I've got to say, big spoiler alert, but it's one of the few movies that does the main character dying right.
It's true. They definitely did.
She doesn't die until the very last moment, and they wrap up everything else before that.
Yep.
It's not sad. It's pretty heroic, and she's at peace, and then all that. Like, it was done pretty well.
It's true. Very much so. I agree.
I really don't understand that it only has like 49% or something on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know.
Like,
I think it's because people, I reckon it's because people like watched the first 5 minutes of it, were like, okay, this is going to be a really serious film. It's going to be action packed. There's a lot happening. And then as they went further in, they were like, oh wait, this is a horror and it's a monster movie. What? I reckon that's why.
That's fair. And I will say TJ Miller's character should have been cut. Which is the comedic relief guy.
Oh, that's fair.
He didn't really add anything.
No, he didn't, but I don't think you can really cut comedic relief in a horror movie, to be honest.
Go off. Well, no, I think you can. It's just, you have to have, like, everyone interacting with the comedic relief. Does that make sense?
That's true, yeah.
It can't just be him making jokes to himself and no one, like, acknowledging him.
That's accurate. That's accurate.
That's like the Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead movie, where they had to cut out the actor that got accused of sexual assault and stuff, and then replaced it with Tig Notaro. So the entire film, all her scenes, she just filmed by herself on a green screen, and then they green screened her into all of his scenes and covered over him. Did you not know this?
No, I don't even think I know what movie you're talking about.
It's the zombie one, the Zack Snyder zombie one on Netflix from a few months ago.
No. Oh, with the dude from Marvel.
Yeah.
Did a sequel to that just come out?
Prequel.
Oh,
and there was a prequel about characters that died in Army of the Dead, and I'm like, if you like the characters enough to make more movies about them, just don't kill them off.
Yeah.
Fucking plebs. My last thing, really quickly, is that the guy who directed Fantasy Island.
Yeah.
He's not gay.
What?
Right? This is like the only instance of a straight man deeply understanding what camp is. This is the only example of that.
I thought it was like well known that I thought it was like documented that he was gay.
I did too. But then the director Christopher Landon, who did the Happy Death Day movies, he's gay. But
right,
no, Jeff
maybe
Wadlow's
it's just because I thought it was the same person.
Yeah, well, it's different, and the reason I found out is because I was listening to the podcast Los Culturistas.
Yeah. And
they had Katie Couric, the American news reporter / journalist, on the podcast to talk about her book, and she talks about her nephew. And it turns out her nephew is this guy named Jeff Wadlow. And I was listening and I was like, wait, that sounds familiar, so I'm going to Google it. And I Googled Jeff Wadlow, and it was the guy who directed Fantasy Island.
And he did Truth or Dare, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and also a really camp movie.
Yeah, and so I kept listening. And then one of the co-hosts was like, look, is this Jeff guy your nephew? He sounds very entertaining and funny, and he's in Hollywood, so he gets it. Is he single and is he gay? And she was like, no, he is straight and he is also not single. And I was like, oh.
Wild.
What? And that's how I found out.
That's genuinely crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
That is... I'm having trouble comprehending how such a masterpiece could have come from a straight man.
Right? Like, no offense to straight men, but full offense.
Yes, a complete offense to straight men.
Yes. Let's do our What the Fuck of the Weeks, shall we?
Oh, okay.
Okay. I got mine already. So my What the Fuck of the Week this week is RuPaul Charles for eliminating the two fan favorites in the same episode of Drag Race UK. Basically, I think RuPaul got caught up in wanting more drama for the series. And basically they did this challenge and it was fine. No one completely sucked and no one really super excelled, but it was fine. And RuPaul was like, I'm so disappointed in all of you. This week there will be no winners.
Oh my God.
And then the two people who are in the bottom are the two fan favorites, River Medway and Sharitza May. And basically they had to lip sync, and the lip sync was like really funny and entertaining and good. And then RuPaul was like, both of you, River Medway, Charitza May, and then paused, and you could see both of them like start to smile because they're like, oh, it's a double Shantae. We're both staying. That's so cool. One of the people earlier in the season had to leave for a medical issue.
Yeah.
So they've got an extra spot, so they're keeping us both. That's dope. And then he said, sashay away.
Wow.
That's just for the drama of it, eliminating the two fan favorites? Yeah, like twice. 2 other times on the American.
Wow.
Yeah. The first time was in like season 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's mine is why would you eliminate the 2 fan favorites in the same episode? Knowing that they're the 2 biggest personalities and also most likely going to be the fan favorites in filming.
This is the issue with RuPaul having complete unilateral decision-making on that show.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, he's a dictator.
True. That is a good point. Okay, what's your what the fuck of the week?
I'm gonna make it. Periods.
Do you want me to? Oh, okay, that's good. I was gonna say, did you want me to give you one?
What was yours gonna be?
I was gonna say you should make yours people who didn't get vaccinated this weekend because it was the last chance to get their first dose before, so that they could have their second dose in time for the borders opening in December.
Yeah, that's true. That's also really fucked up. Periods. And people who didn't
Are you
double
having
vaccinate.
a painful period?
It hasn't even started yet, but it's about to,
coming.
and I can tell because I'm starting to cramp, and I'm like, this fucking sucks, and also my emotions are all over the place, and I'm depresso, and I'm like, why would my hormones do this?
Yeah.
Why? It's just,
in the words of your mum,
rude.
They coming. Space full stop.
Yeah, exactly.
No, for reals is I feel so bad because you get real bad cramps and stuff.
Oof, yeah. And last month was really bad. Oh my God. I had to have an endone. I'm not going to lie. I'll just fucking say that. It was so bad. Oh my God. And then, so I'm a little scared about this month, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby.
I know. I'm just really hoping it doesn't start tonight when I'm at the movies because I want to enjoy the Eternals.
Yeah. Speaking of the Eternals,
yeah.
you do know it goes for a full 2 hours and 35 minutes.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I thought I needed to give you that warning. I just need you to be prepared.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you, because I genuinely would have gotten to an hour 45 and would have been like, okay, we're wrapping up now. Let's get ready to go. And 45 minutes later, I would have been like, I think I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah, it's a full 2 hours 35. So without credits, it's a full 2 hours 30. But I do hear the post-credit scenes worth staying for.
Okay.
Yeah.
When does it actually come out?
Thursday.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
because
yes, Maddie, wait. I was going to say, Maddie's going to an advanced screening tonight, guys. That's exciting.
Yes,
and you should go check out her Instagram stories because I'm going to try and force her to post a mini review on stories. A mini snap review.
Interesting. I would happily do that, but it will depend.
Spoiler free.
Yeah, well, it's like a full security screening, so we have to give our phones up and everything. Which is like,
the embargo's lifted though, so once you leave, you can say everything.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask because I'm like, I thought that the movie. I feel like I've been seeing people say for 3 or 4 weeks that they've been gone to advanced screenings, and then they've said that the embargo has lifted in the US. So I was like, why are they taking out phones
everywhere?
Like,
so that you don't record.
No embargo.
So you don't record the post-credit scenes. Video them.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the entire reason.
I knew it was.
It's already
leaked.
But...
see, I knew it was a videoing thing, but I was like, what are they gonna do? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so
what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna leave your phone in the car?
I don't think so. Apparently, what happens because Erin said that she's been to one like this before, where they take your phones, and what they do is they put them in a numbered envelope and then give you the number so you can easily get it at the end. So I feel relatively
fine about
like. Yeah, not even that it's going to be safe, because I would have felt that before, but like it's not going to be a hassle to get it back at the end with 100 other people. So I'll just probably do it.
Okay.
So that I can keep an eye on how much
I'll be
money
seeing it Wednesday or Thursday. So
okay, cool.
Look forward to an in-depth Eternals review next week, peoples.
Love that. I honestly was actually going to, I don't know about stories, but I was going to film a snap review and put it up on YouTube. I know.
We'll do that instead. Don't do the Insta.
Okay. Okay.
I've been waiting for a new snap review for like a year.
I know, it's been a hot minute since I've posted anything.
I mean, to be fair, you've been completely busy opening a business.
Accurate. But I have a filming room, so why wouldn't I use it? Yeah. Anyway, so
I'm sure you can do minimal editing. You'll be good.
I agree, totally.
Why don't you change it so that snap reviews are one take?
Interesting.
So you put a timer on your phone for however long you want the video to be, and then as soon as the timer goes off, you stop. Like a rant.
Iconic.
Then that's minimal editing time. And you
to be fair, usually the only things I edit out are me saying 17 times a second, and all of the really long gaps that I take to think. So
fair.
We'll wait and see. Anyway.
Well, okay. Well, I'm excited to hear your thoughts anyway.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've already spoiled myself for the whole thing. So if you need a debrief after the movie, go for it on text with me.
Okay, fair.
And also don't worry about reviews, because the embargoes have been lifted for 2 weeks.
Sexy. Yeah, sweet, awesome. That's what I thought.
Okay. Let's leave.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't think we'd be going this long.
No, that's fair. When don't we go this long?
You said 4:30 anyway, so you've got 5 minutes. Okay, so let's...
Yeah, it's fine.
Bye! Thanks for listening to What the Fuck Is Happening. What are your socials? Lady Alice 101 on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and that's all. YouTube. And YouTube. I said YouTube. And if you want to follow Harness Creation, her business, which you should, it's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. At Harness Creation, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right? And there's a new page you've got to follow, Harness Prop HQ.
Prop HQ.
Which, by the way, super impressed that you got the username Prop HQ with nothing, like no underscores and shit. That's so good. That's lit. If you want to follow the podcast, you can at WTFIH podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Obviously, all the links are down below. If you want to follow me, NIC_sushi on TikTok and Twitter. If you followed anything I just said because I speak too fast, good on you. Bye.
I didn't. I just zoned out halfway through. Okay.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to What the Fuck Is Happening.
What the Fuck Is Happening? The podcast.